Today in the program Master of Crafts, chocolate and handmade candies from a Ukrainian confectioner innovator. Sweets with original fillings worthy of presenting national cuisine throughout the world. Can chocolate benefit one's health and have first-class taste simultaneously? UATV investigates unexpected combinations of different products with well-known cocoa beans. Typically, only stone wall ruins and murals of ancient civilizations survived until the present day. But not only have these huge stone heads that flourished in the Olmec culture in Central America for 3,500 years ago have survived to this day, but also three extremely important inventions without which today's world cannot be imagined. Firstly, the idea of zero belongs to the Olmecs. This numerical value appeared in their calendar, and today it is not only the basis of theoretical mathematics, but is also the fundamental operating principle of computer programming technology. Secondly, the invention of this civilization is familiar to everyone who has ever gone to a movie theater. Popcorn first appeared in Central America, obviously as a result of culinary experiences. Finally, the Olmecs were the first to make a beverage of natural components that the Spaniards called ambrosia, or food of the gods, and 2,000 years later brought it to medieval Europe. In such a way, the era of chocolate began, and the cocoa beans found by the Olmecs spread along the equator within several hundred years. Today, the food of gods is affordable for all, but the problem is that various chemical additives, which have a negative effect on a person's health, are often mixed with it. This is due to the requirements of mass production, and only small confectionaries can afford to experiment with recipes. The search for new combinations and tastes becomes the main professional goal. We develop and produce healthy chocolate without sugar, chocolate candies with local flavors, and desserts so that people can enjoy a healthy lifestyle. Olesya Pysarenko-Solomina believes that sweets should not be forbidden for those who look after their health and keep their figure, and at the same time they should not taste like a medicine. We invented a way how to mix certain sweeteners and the technology of mixing them inside chocolate in a certain way. We did not set a task of creating another chocolate in which sugar would be substituted with other components. Why does such a substitution require changing the recipe and cooking methods? What do you need to make chocolate from cocoa beans by yourself? Is it easy to guess the ingredients of these unusual Ukrainian candies? About all this further in the program. When Olesya Pysarenko-Solomina founded her confectionery, she practically did not use cocoa beans. She made cakes and desserts. Olesya admits that there was also a personal reason. She cannot eat a lot of foods, especially chocolate with harmful additives, because of a rare disease. It turned out to be a rather difficult task to prepare the chocolate so that it would be beneficial for the body, and at the same time it would not lose its taste. My husband loves all sorts of adventures and innovations, and we started gathering information while my confectioner continued working and producing traditional sweets. We were in search, and we finally found a sweetener. It was a fantastic and brilliant idea, and it was then that we realized that we could create our own product using it. The sweetener is a lactulose, which is extracted from dairy products and is used in baby foods. It would seem that it's sufficient to substitute sugar with it in the same proportion, and it's in the bag. Olesya not only miscalculated, but she also suffered some serious losses. Nothing turned out well. The equipment which was used to prepare the chocolate broke down. We rented special equipment with a capacity of 20 kilograms. Then we thought, what should we do next? I called them and asked them to give us a chance to try again. I said, we can be good clients for you, help us to make developments. They replied, all right, we're gonna help you in the development and provide our equipment to you. We have a special apparatus for half a ton, so experiment with it as much as you wish. However, Olesya had to pay quite a large sum of money for this apparatus, and then she realized that she could not allow any more mistakes. In order to prevent damaging the machine, she decided to increase the content of cocoa butter by 20%. I succeeded to make chocolate such as I needed. It was milky, tender, it melted properly, and it tasted just like a perfect chocolate. And then we employed a team of chocolate technologists, pharmacists, chemists, and dietitians. All those people who understand how to live a healthy lifestyle and how to make a quality product. did the confectioner achieve her goal. Today, several varieties of chocolate bars and a range of sweets with both traditional and original Ukrainian tastes are produced in the workshop, especially for UATV. Olesya Pysarenko-Solomina and her team reveal the details of the production of healthy sweets. How it is made. Technologist Dmytro worked as a confectioner in Donetsk several years ago, but after the beginning of Russian aggression in the east of Ukraine, he had to remove to Kiev. Work in Kiev has become not just a financial backup for him, but also a continuation of the culinary business of his entire life. To produce chocolate, Dmytro uses raw material from Côte d'Ivoire. In 2015, 40% of overall production of cocoa beans was imported from this Western African country.
Это, как правило, какао тертое, какао-масло.
As a rule, this is a crude chocolate, cocoa butter. Those ingredients we're interested in. If this is milk chocolate, we need milk and sweet butter. If you want to give some notes and tints of flavor to chocolate, you can add vanilla to it. Later, we grind up this mass using a special mixer. Grinding of chocolate mass is called rolling. A special mill, the content of which is grinded by rolls attached close to each other, is used for this purpose. The plastic mass turns into loose mass and can clot. At this moment, confectioners add necessary sweeteners, but the most important stage for forming of the taste of the future chocolate is conching. This is a process of constant stirring at a high temperature and obviously in contact with air. Already in the late 19th century, Swiss confectioner Rudolf Lindt discovered that stirring significantly improved the quality of the chocolate mass. The term comes from the Latin concha. It is a title of a mixing tank similar to a shell. Heated chocolate mass can stay inside the mixing tank for 72 hours. Then it is cooled in a special room in order for the cocoa butter to crystallize. But it's too early to pour chocolate to create the shape of bars.
В дальнейшем мы берем снова эту массу и производим как бы обряд темперирования.
After that, the chocolate mass goes through the tempering process. First we melt chocolate and later it freezes and we melt it again. And only after that, this chocolate mass is ready to be used and formed into different shapes.
Эта шоколадная масса готова к использованию. Мы можем придавать ей любую форму.
Lactulose in these chocolate bars is the basis of taste. The confectioners add 2 more sweeteners in certain proportions in order to get the desired tints and avoid the sugariness that is peculiar for chocolate with stevia.
Сейчас мы производим светлый молочный шоколад для детей, в котором огромное
We're currently producing light milk chocolate for children. It has a high milk content. We also make dark milk chocolate. I think everyone likes it. There is also extra black chocolate, which tastes like classic dark chocolate. And my favorite is vegan chocolate. It does not contain sweeteners at all, but I developed it for a new modern food system. All this is biohacking.
Под новую модную систему питания, все вот это биохакерство.
Olesya means a popular movement that conquered the Silicon Valley, circumvention of limitation for organism and its fine setting through various food and other wiles. The confectioner says that her vegan chocolate contains 70% of fat and is made for people who are engaged in mental activity and spend a lot of time at the computer. These developments can be called experimental, but they're already certified in accordance with world standards. Chocolate produced by Olesya has already become highly popular abroad. Last year, we participated in a gastronomic exhibition, which took place in Monaco. It was very important for us how our product would be perceived by other confectionaries. They liked it very much, and after that, a lot of chefs applied for cooperation with us. And now, they use our chocolate as one of the products from the series of dietetic food. And this is not the only thing Olesya Pysarenko-Solomina is going to conquer confectionery heights. Together with Dmitry Pov, she has just finished developing a series of chocolates that would present Ukrainian cuisine to the whole world, as no one has done before. The idea to create Ukrainian candies belongs to Olesya Solomina. We chose the local products of our regions. What products can we talk about? We decided to find it out without prompting and asked a colleague from our Crimean Tatar editorial office, Mavilei, to taste all the new sweets. It tastes like baby muesli, which is poured with milk. Chocolate muesli. It is not the correct answer. The confectioners gave a little time to think. What Ukrainian products can taste like muesli? This is a taste from childhood. Olesya asked her employees what they ate in their childhood, and the majority of them immediately answered that they ate this product.
Все ели гречку с молоком и сахаром.
Everyone ate buckwheat with milk and sugar. Perhaps it sounds trite because we are already adults and do not eat such food. But you eat this candy and it tastes like buckwheat and it is sweet. And you recollect your childhood and the sun was shining bright and your mother cooked buckwheat for breakfast. It is right. The candy is made of milk chocolate and roasted buckwheat. Mavile does not know what to do, to wonder or to laugh. You start to understand that it really tastes like buckwheat. Maybe it will be easy for the girl to say what ingredients are in this fruit yellow candy. There are obviously citruses. Or maybe a banana. And if you think better, we shouldn't give way to inventive confectioners. Pear, it tastes like a pear. Pear, banana and white chocolate. Such a combination. Olesya agrees to give us half a point for our response. This is the traditional Ukrainian taste for the Western market. These are Ukrainian pears. This is hutsul brinza or goat cheese. Cool. But the confectioners are sure that Mavile will not likely guess the ingredients of the next sweet with the Ukrainian taste. It seems to me this is a hazelnut. There are crumbs as if it is a waffle. This taste is very familiar to me. Maybe this is a running butter. This is the taste of cookies made of baked milk. Unfortunately, the confectioners won again, and cookies have absolutely nothing to do with it. One of the ingredients is caramel made of saps. First we boil saps and after that add sugar to them and cook them until they caramelize. So this way saps give caramel a mushroom taste. Mavile has the last chance to equalize the score. What else could be covered with chocolate? There are either dates, prunes, cranberries or currants. These are one of the four. There is certain sourness to them. There are even slightly salty ones. Ukrainian cooks have used prune and cranberry since the olden days, but Olesya is able to outwit even the gourmet, unless he or she grew up in the south of Ukraine, which is her native region. As a rule, those are people who grew up in Kherson or Odessa regions, who had their own kitchen gardens and whose grandmothers laid tomatoes cut into two parts or entirely on paper and left them to dry under the hot sun. And it really tastes like a natural tomato. Salt, sun-dried tomatoes. Mavile admits her defeat before the inventiveness of the confectioners. I never liked these tomatoes, but they turned to be an interesting ingredient in a candy. All these sweets are made by hand and packaged as gift sets. This is a gift which can honorably represent Ukraine in the world, because when you visit someone abroad, you always want to present him or her something that would be identified with Ukraine. That's why we created a product for those who are proud of their country and want to show that Ukraine has not only its past, but also a bright future.
Но есть ее качественное, стильное, профессиональное будущее.
In 2018, Olesya Pysarenko-Solomina is going to build a separate confectionery factory to develop her ideas of healthy chocolate and custom-made sweets. Although people began to experiment with cocoa beans 3,000 years ago, modern-day Ukrainian confectioners proved that they can surprise even gourmets from the homeland of chocolate. I think that someone in some faraway country like Uruguay, for example, should open a box of our chocolates and say, "Wow, this is delicious. This is the true taste and sweetness of Ukraine."